Welcome back to Terrafirmagreg. We're going to pick up where we left off. I've adjusted per comments the level of sound of the background, birds, environment. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let me know. Keep giving me those comments, tips, tricks. I really appreciate them. Thanks, guys. Enjoy. Which another thing that we can make with clay are molds. If we look at your guidebook, go back to ores, metals, and casting. Small ores you can find on the surface. We got the native copper, malachite is copper, tetrahedrite, which we have a whole bunch of, is copper. So what we can do is we can make a mold. We can make a mold for making ingots. But the thing that we are going to want is we are going to want a pickaxe, so we can actually go mining and dig up some more of that ore. So we'll make a mold like that. So we'll do the same thing. Right click while holding clay. We're going to make a mold of a pickaxe. Boom. We're going to want a prospector's pick because this is essential, like it says, essential tool for locating large quantities of ore. That will help you to find exactly where to dig to find the ore. So we're going to make a mold for one of those as well. It's going to be a dot and angle. Do this and a dot. Okay, great. And what else are you going to want? A saw. This is another essential tool that you will have to have, because you cannot make a crafting bench, a normal Minecraft crafting bench, without a saw, because you have to saw the logs into lumber in order to make a crafting bench. So we're going to make a saw as well. There we go. Just a diagonal line with a little bit off on that side. And we have a saw, an axe. It'll probably be nice to have another axe as well, a better axe. Okay, so we're going to make an axe. Okay, so now we have these four, which means we're going to need more wood so that we can actually fire them. Now, it takes a really long time to chop down these trees. There is a trick which I don't feel bad about using because it takes such a long time to chop these down. But if you place a log that you've already chopped, so that's touching the base of this tree right here, and then we take our axe and instead of chopping down that bit right there, we'll chop down the log that we've already placed. It takes a lot less time and the whole tree falls over. Just a little tip. If you want to not struggle with chopping down trees, you can do that. Okay, so now we're going to take these molds that we have here and place them in the box. Then we'll cover it with straw like we did before. And we'll cover it with wood logs. And then we'll set it on fire. There we go. In 8 minutes, we'll have molds fired and ready for making tools. Now, while we're waiting for that, you could actually take these vessels that we have here and we put the copper pieces in the vessels. And then we'll put those vessels in this little hole here and set it on fire as well, and that will melt the copper so that we can then pour it into the molds when they're done and create our copper tools. And then we will officially be out of the Stone Age, and my caveman is going to be no longer a caveman. We will have evolved into the next step in the next age of evolution. So let's figure out how much we actually need. So it looks like we're going to need 100 millibuckets. And this is something that they use as a measurement. One bucket, Minecraft bucket of water, will hold 1,000 millibuckets. So we need 100 millibuckets of copper ore in order to cast into a single form. So we have 4 forms we want to dump into, so we need 400 millibuckets worth of copper. So we'll open the vessel here. This is 160 millibuckets of copper total, because each one is only 16 millibuckets. The tetrahedrite is also 16, which means that's a total of 320. And if we hover over here, we can see that it will turn into 320 millibuckets of copper. So now, that's 480, so that is too much. Take a little bit out, there we go, 400 millibuckets of copper. We'll take this vessel now, place it in here, right down, some straw, 8 logs. Is that all of our logs? No, we still have some left. Okay, good. Set it on fire. Great. So that'll be done in 8 minutes. This will be done in 4 minutes. We'll have our mold, we'll have our molten copper, and we'll be able to make our tools. There we go. So now we can pick up these molds, go to the water, toss them out, cool them off. And they're done. Okay, so now we have our wonderful molds. Pickaxe, axe, saw, and prospecting pick. We just have to wait for this to be done, and we'll have our molten copper, which we can then pour into the molds, and we'll officially have metal tools. Okay, that is done. So now to pick that up, hold it and right click. Go put that in there. We'll start filling up. Put the next one in. Uh-oh, this is not a good sign. It's actually 144 millibuckets of copper. Oh no! You don't have enough! Alright, well. Looks like it's not 100 millibuckets of copper. You actually need 144 millibuckets of copper. So we need to fire up some more copper. However, yep, we definitely do, because we need that saw. We need 32 more millibuckets to put into that saw blade mold. So 32 millibuckets. Our container, which is too hot to open. We got all of the copper out of it, so we chuck it into there to cool off. Okay, so now we can put some more in. 32 more. That is 32 exactly, right there. That will leave us with 48. And you know what? We are going to save onto that. We're going to hold on to that. We're going to save it. We're just going to get 32 more. Let me double check my math. 32 plus 112, 144. Okay. So now we do the same thing. Put that in. And we're going to fire it up. But since we have to fire this whole thing up, we might as well add some more stuff. So why don't we make 3 more water jugs? That way we can go on a long hike and have water with us everywhere we go. So let's grab this and make some more water jugs. Let's see, so it's a bit there, L shape there, one in the corner, hole. There we go. Okay. Make another one. And one. Alright, so put those inside there. We'll add the straw. And 8 logs, which we do not have. So we're going to have to chop down some more trees. So we'll go ahead and just put that down. Axe it up. And that did not work. Why did that not work? I don't know why that didn't work. Chop down this tree. There we go. Oh, and our axe broke. I don't think we're going to be able to get to our copper axe yet, so we're probably going to have to make another one out of stone. But that is okay. That will do for now. 8 logs in, set on fire. Okay. While that's going, maybe we'll go look for some more food. There's a rabbit. Right here. Back here, rabbit. I need your meat. Sorry. Give us a small rawhide, some raw rabbit, and bone. Okay then. We'll stay away from those wolves. Ooh, wild beets. That is exactly what we're looking for. More food. This doesn't count as vegetables for us. Cabbage. Nice. Oh, garlic. Garlic is such a good vegetable to have. Now, if you ever have 2 foods that have different expiration dates, what you can do, let's get rid of that pine cone. Can do, and we don't need that fragmite. You can take the 2, put them in your crafting area, and then combine them. And you might have to do it more than once. In fact, you might have to do it multiple times. But eventually, it will turn all of your... Did that work? Okay. They'll turn all of your food into the same expires on date. So it's a way of combining them. It will use the lower value, so it will expire faster, but sometimes it's close enough it doesn't matter, and it's just good for management of your inventory. Just go ahead and throw all of our seeds in here, just to get them out of our inventory. And it's solid. Solid because I didn't get back in time. Let's cook up some of that rabbit that we have. Gotta start the fire pit again, so we'll add some wood to it. Get our fire starter. Start it up. Oh, it's raining. It's raining. Great. Throw that raw rabbit in there. Cooked rabbit. We might as well throw some sticks in there. Get some more torches. We're gonna need them. Just a quick tip. If it's raining and you're thirsty, just look up in the sky and you can get a drink that way. One thing you can do with this straw is you can actually turn it into thatch. And then the thatch you can build with. Make a nice little, I don't know, maybe we'll make a little, a lean-to here. Get out of the rain. Okay, we're gonna do a test. I've got some chestnut, so I'm gonna put a chestnut log on. I'm gonna chop it. That did not make this birch tree fall over, but I've got some birch. There you go. So if you want to chop down a tree like that, you gotta make sure that it's the same type of log, otherwise the trick does not work. Need a little shelter to get out of the rain. But our fire's done, so we gotta hurry. Get over there. Pick it up. Open it up. And get the last 32 millibuckets in. And boom. Ooh. Okay, so it's cooled off. Nice. Now we can... Oh, we'll take that vessel and just throw it in the water. So it'll cool off. I said throw it in the water and it'll cool off. So now we can take this and right click it. Boom. We've got our casted metal tools. Put it in there with some sticks. There's a copper saw, copper pickaxe, and a copper prospector's pick. We are officially out of the Stone Age. On to mining. So first things first, let's cut up some lumber. So take your saw and your wood, and you can make plank or lumber. Yeah, make lumber. And then with the lumber, just like in regular Minecraft, you can make birch planks. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. You can make a workbench. Okay, place down the workbench. Now we have the full 3x3. Now we can make a chest. Birch chest. Okay, great. Set that down there. And we can throw stuff in there. Oh, and I made a little hut here. Just in case it rains again. Okay, so if we take our saw and we cut up this. We got a bunch of lumber. There we go. Supports, that's what we need. We need supports. However, we're going to need a lot more wood for supports. Okay, now we can take our saw and our logs and turn them into supports. And we're going to need a lot of supports, so let's do that many. That should be enough. Also, another thing we're going to need for mining, ladders. Because we're going to be digging down into the ground. Because of that, we're going to need ladders to bring ourselves back up. I think that should probably be enough ladders. We got plenty of sticks, so we might as well. Alright, let's get a drink real quick. Oh, you know what? It's raining. I can just look up. Don't forget to cut any grains that you find so they last a lot longer. Excellent. So all this extra wood that we have here, you can actually take it and right click. That'll place it. Oh boy. I don't have an axe. Let's make an axe real quick. So if you just right click, it just places it. If you shift right click, it'll place it in a log pile. It'll place one, but then you can shift click again, it'll place the rest. And if you do this, the log pile axe is kind of like a chest where you can just open it. So if you have just one at least, you can right click and it'll add more. There we go. Of course, if you just shift click, it'll put them all. There we go. Now we got a pile of wood. We've got our supports. We've got some ladders. We've got our tools. Let's go do some mining. Okay, so this is the center of what we marked on the map, of all those little bits of copper that we saw. So somewhere around here, there's a big vein under the ground. This is where the prospector's pick comes in handy, because if you just right click, okay, it said it found nothing, nothing. Oh boy, not finding it. Well, that's not good. That means it might be further down under the ground. We know that under the ground here, there is a big old copper vein, because there was copper all over the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start digging down. And when I dig down, I dig a 1x3. Let's get the torch in our hands so we can see. Okay. And the reason for that is because, one, you never want to dig straight down, because you might, just fall into a cave or something. Hardened church. Ooh. Okay, so now we gotta get the pickaxe out. And the reason I do a 1x3 is because we need to put supports down. Now see, that goes into the water. I think I found some more copper when I was finding food over here. We could go over there. Let's try. Let's go over there and see if it's a little more easy, a little more accessible, and then we'll see. Editor Dad here. This episode was going a bit too long, so I decided to cut it there. Don't worry, I've got so much footage. The next episode's going to come out real soon, if not at the same time. I promise we will get to mining in the next episode. Catch you later. Bye.